Hey Wargamers, welcome back to the channel, Death from Above Wargaming. I'm Aaron.
I'm Dan.
And we are back with an exciting battle report. Dan, we're playing Alpha Strike. And as we do, we've done some things.
With a twist.
With a twist. So we wanted to give Destiny a break. It was very well received, I think, but we really wanted to give Alpha Strike some love and do a campaign. But I wanted to take some of the things that we really liked out of Destiny and sort of graft them into Alpha Strike. We talked about this on Patreon, mostly the, pilot development concepts, right? So you build this formation, you have these pilots, they can grow throughout the campaign, they can get knocked off. We still want to do the salvage. So we took the Chaos campaign, we stirred in some extra things. We have a brand new card builder that's available to everybody on our website with all of these cool features on them. So we have the secondary skills like guts and tactics and leadership, and they interact with the game, I think, in sort of a meta way. I don't think it's too impactful, but either way, I'm pretty excited to try it out. We've also added some things because, listen, you have pilots, they have to take damage.
Yes.
The only way they really take damage is by like falling down and crashing. So we added that into Alpha Strike.
Yeah.
And there's a few other scenarios where pilots can take damage as well. So you guys will see all of that unfold. The rules are available right now. They're sort of in beta test to our patrons, but they will be released to the general public maybe after this campaign or partly through. We're still kind of refining a couple of the details. Now, let's talk about this campaign.
Ooh, yes.
Clan Jade Falcon. Federated Commonwealth, mainly House Steiner. They're going at it. It's like 3056, and it takes place in the Clan Jade Falcon occupation zone. So this is well after the Battle of Tukiad, and basically some sneaky Lyrans in their finest stealth armor. They don't have stealth armor. It's like an Atlas. They basically land. We are here. Come get us. So they land on a planet called Alyina, and they are basically trying to take it back.
Okay.
So I've got the 20th Donegal Guard and Winfield's Regiment against elements of Omega, Epsilon, and Delta galaxies.
Ooh.
I think there's so many Greek letters. So Tom was supposed to play Jade Falcon.
Yeah.
He's not here tonight.
No, he's not.
He's
on vacation.
What a loser. Who
Yeah,
goes on
right?
vacation? I hope you're having a good time, Tom. So I'm going to be playing Jade Falcon. Dan is going to be taking on the Federated Commonwealth / House Steiner / Lyran Commonwealth / whatever. You're about to go into Civil War in a few years anyway. I mean,
that's what we're prepping for.
Just cutting your teeth on some planners.
Pre-training.
So that's the story. So mission 1 of the campaign, it's going to be a stronghold mission. Okay, so there's 4 objectives. We're trying to capture them. And what we're going to do is we're going to look at the forces that are going to be participating in the mission tonight. It's combined arms. Guys, check out these units. All right, so there they are. So some new sculpts from Wave 2, the Zeus, and you know, a lot of the clan stuff I think we've seen in the past. There's one Ironwind Orion in there. Dan was like, man, these it's true. That's actually one of the better ones in my opinion.
It is, but I swear they just took it like right out of the '80s artwork and are like, let's make a mini out of that. And
it's so retro compared to the new stuff. I mean, it really stands out. And I do have some Ironwind vehicles. I do love the Ironwind vehicles.
They actually look good.
How long will they look good, guys? Because I've been looking on Anthony Scroggins' Patreon, you know, and actually they're all over the internet now. They dropped the pictures of the vehicles. They were all at Gen Con as well.
Yeah.
Dude, the new vehicles look awesome, and they're scaled so deliciously. So I'm very excited to get my hands on those. But tonight we got some good old fashioned Ironwind ones. So very cool to see some J. Edgars. They're actually new.
Okay.
Brand new.
Brand new
to the channel.
Right out of the box.
This is their debut night.
They're not even painted.
So they're going to crash like right out of the gate. That's what I have, new model syndrome. So a couple of things before we get started. Guys, don't forget about Super Thanks. It's a new feature. If you're not on Patreon and you want to just throw the channel a couple bucks or tip us for this awesome video, there's a little thing down by the like button there. It's called Super Thanks, which is very cool. If you do want to get more involved in the channel, you can head on over to Patreon. Also, Dan, brand new soundtrack, 32nd Century, is available for streaming on all major streaming platforms, or you can get yourself like a copy on iTunes if you want to download the whole thing. But I'm done advertising. Guys, let's check out this exciting battle report. Are you ready?
I am.
I'm ready. I hope you guys are ready. It's coming right up.
Gauntlet Lead, this is Command. Jade Falcon forces have been detected in the vicinity. Resistance forces will feed you intel. Sending encrypted channel now.
Got it, Command. Switching over. Outlaw, this is Gauntlet. What are we up against?
Welcome to the party, Gauntlet. We got a star of green birds heading west in Sector Hotel 4. Recon team is luring them right into the pass. That's where you're gonna want to hit them.
Roger that, Outlaw. Once we're in range, pull your people out of there. We'll take out the trash.
Good hunting. Over and out.
Alright, everybody. Uploading that point to you now. Canyon is going to get tight, so form up. Line astern, eyes open, and if you see something green, shoot it.
Right, here we are on the battlefield of Alyina. Clan Jade Falcon squaring off against the Lyran Commonwealth Armed Forces, maybe the Federated Commonwealth, Dan. So here's our battlefield, guys. This looks good. Dan, what do you think?
I like it.
All right, so I want to talk about the terrain. Now, I did a review on this, Dan, a while back. This is terrain from a company called Terrainify. Guys, if you have not seen my review video on that, you should absolutely check it out. Tom and I went in deep on these, really put them through the ringer and got 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I think you smashed one on the table too, just to see how strong it was.
We were trying. I think we were trying to snap it in half.
Yeah, it was not happening.
It was not happening.
This is actually a new table because the table broke.
The table broke.
You gotta watch the video to see that.
Tom Judo chopped the table and broke it in half. So these guys are fully painted right from Terrainify. That's how I got them. You can get them just 3D printed bare, and you can paint them yourself. You can also have them painted in a variety of other themes. But once I got the samples from them, I immediately bought more. And so now I have a pretty good layout of these spires. Like, check out this one. It's got a tunnel in there, Dan. So I'm going to run my adder through there and PPC you right in the face when you're not looking. You're just not even going to expect it. It's going to be elementals hiding out in there. You don't even know, bro.
I was thinking of doing the same thing, but without elementals.
Just drive your hovercraft through there, like Han Solo. Flying through the Death Star.
The warriors through there.
Oh my gosh. There's no way the helicopter. I'm calling it shenanigans right now. You cannot fly your helicopters through that tunnel. But guys, these are really great, and they're lightweight. They're easy to to set up and to take down. And as we talked about when Tom and I were talking in the review, we use them with the elevation under the mat to really grab like awesome elevation. I am excited. I can just imagine your choppers coming over the top of that big spire there in the back. So anyway, just wanted to do a shout out to Terrainify, guys. You should absolutely check out their stuff. 100% phenomenal, high quality. And Dan, did you know you can get a discount?
Ooh.
Just for being a Death from Above Wargaming subscriber.
I had absolutely no idea.
You just go over and type in Death25 when you buy your Terrainify products. You can get 25% off.
I think I'm going to do that later today then.
Just buy yourself some Terrainify. Why not? I'm definitely getting more. I was actually talking to them about what I want to buy next. I need people to help. I'm like, what can I buy? I want all the things. Help me figure out what I want next. Otherwise, I will buy the whole store. All right, so guys, we are about to get into deployment. Now, Dan is the attacker. Okay, so that means I got to pick side. I selected this side here, and that means I automatically lose initiative on turn 1. All right. Okay. Now we are using that bracketed initiative format from Destiny, and we're also using the basically the land/star movement, which is an optional rule in Alpha Strike.
Yeah.
So movement will go very quickly. So guys, we're gonna move. We'll see if there are any shots. We'll be right back after the end of movement in turn 1. All right, it is the end of turn 1. As promised, we are back. We wouldn't let you down. So, Dan, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, so you basically had to move all of your stuff first, even though I had to give you initiative. All your units are far slower than my superior clan force.
Yes. So all I would do is move forward. I ran.
So my Vulture, my Stormcrow, and my Adder are basically controlling the center ground. I'm trying to keep multiple lanes of fire here. My Ice Ferret moving out to this flank. My Nova potentially moving out to that flank. So we'll see. This is just turn 1. In the Strongholds mission, if you control more objectives than your opponent, you get a point.
Yeah.
If you control 2 within 18 inches of each other, you get an additional point. It's called Stronghold.
Yes.
So we're trying to basically control the angles, control the center, and kick each other out of that. So we'll see what happens. Turn 2's on the way. Dan, any thoughts?
I have a prediction.
Tell me.
I'm going to win.
All right, Dan says it, guys. He called it here. Turn 2, it's coming right up. Elementals dismounted. Look out, warrior. I'm coming for you.
Sneaky.
They're gonna come for you. All right, so let's talk about what happened here. I won initiative. I'll just go. I moved last, but I'll talk about what I did here. So the Nova jumped over this beautiful rock formation here.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful.
Soaring through the air majestically, came crashing down in those woods there, actually just outside of the woods. No line of sight on anything. This adder came around, perched up, has a variety. Target rich environment, Dan, as they say. That's what they say.
What's its range on them?
It's got twin ER PPCs and a targeting computer.
Oh.
I want to shoot your head off.
Okay.
All
right.
So it does. What does it do? It does 2 points at extreme, 3 at long. I'm not sure where I'm at.
I feel like you're at extreme.
We'll see.
Because I can't hit you. If I can't hit you, you can't hit me.
That's not how that works. The vulture moved, did not sprint. Can see basically everybody that I need to see. The Stormcrow actually did not sprint here. Stormcrow moved up. I don't know. He might be able to see that other warrior. I might do some crossfire and see if I can take that thing down. My Ice Ferret sprinted. It stopped here and dismounted the elementals. So those are ready to go. Very fun.
Cool.
So, interesting thing. Recent errata, and I don't know how recent, but we used to play where you could sprint and spot. They changed the wording of the rules. You cannot do that anymore.
Okay.
When you sprint, you can do nothing else. However, I did reference the rules, and it didn't say anything about not being able to dismount. So, guys, leave it in the comments if I'm doing it wrong. But I think you can dismount.
I mean, it's like hopping out of a car when it's going 75 down 95,
They're elementals,
right?
Dan. They don't give a
But that's what I'm saying. You're in body armor.
Yeah.
You're just going to roll around a little bit, get up, and you're good to go.
Yeah. I just imagine they come flying off.
That's, I mean, they got
jetpacks,
jetpacks, right?
Yeah. Anyway. So I don't know, but that's how that works. It would make sense that you would not have to sprint, but...
Yeah, but they're also elementals, like, they're born and bred.
Well, you could do that with normal infantry,
Well,
too.
I mean, like, if they weren't in the body armor, I feel like they'd still be able to basically take the punishment anyway.
No,
you know?
fair point. You're just being nice. So Dan, tell me what you did on
they
your
all
side.
take 1 damage.
Fine, all day.
I just moved the VTOLs. One's over the foresty area over here.
I like that.
Gonna try and I don't even know what I'm gonna do with it. I really have no objective there. I moved one of the Jaegers to occupy that location. Then I moved the other Jaeger over here to J. Edgar, whatever, the light tank, hover tank. I moved to occupy that location, so that gives me a score of 2 at the moment.
Okay.
And then I just walked all my mechs up
Right.
to get closer in range. I do believe I have range with that warrior and with the Warhammer.
Okay. So in Alpha Strike, the way it works for shooting is the loser of initiative shoots everything first, then the winner shoots everything first. So you will begin shooting, Dan.
Okay.
All right.
Well, let's get to it. We're going to start with the warrior.
Which one? Your right or your left? That one.
That warrior.
And he's shooting at the...
He's going to, I believe, shoot at the, whatever that was again.
The adder.
Yeah. The adder, yes.
You might call it a puma because you're inner sphere filth. So we need to measure range. I'm sure it's within 21.
Yeah, you're definitely within 21.
All right, so it's long range. So basically, we got these brand new cards. Check these out, guys.
Yeah.
So you can print these off our... Basically, you save the image, and then you can choose to print them however you want. You can print them normal Alpha Strike card, or if you're old like me and can't see, you can print them on the the full size 5x7, which I like to do. It makes it a little easier for me. But they have all the the information that you would need, including a PV chart on the bottom if you're using PV. Anyway, so you, sir, what's your skill on that? 3, 4, 5.
So I got a hit on an 8. So it's a 3, and then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I do want to mention one more thing, Dan, before we roll, for our new viewers.
Yeah.
So we use a couple of optional rules.
Yes.
One of them is the long-range targeting, which changes the modifiers from 0, 2, 4, 6 to 1, 2, 3, 4, which is not bad. And then we also add an extreme range, which is baked into the cards. However, if you want to use the stock modifiers, there's like a checkbox you can check, and it'll switch the modifiers back for you in the card builder.
Okay.
We also play a 1-to-1 scale, which is almost it's like the same as if you were playing on map sheets, whereas like a Zeus would move 4 inches, and standard Alpha Strike it moves 8 inches. That's 2-to-1 scale. That's also a toggle switch in the card builder. So if you want all the ranges adjusted for that, you can. Anyway, that said, let us begin. What do you need?
8.
That's bullcrap. I don't believe it. Oh, wait a minute. How much damage do you do? Oh, just 1, right?
Yeah,
okay.
just 1, so I didn't even get it anyway.
All right, you missed. Okay, what
It
else?
missed. Warhammer on the Mad Dog.
Warhammer on the Mad Dog.
It is extreme, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely extreme.
Got it.
And that is going to be
1 point of damage, or is it 2?
It'll be 1 point of damage.
Okay. He's a little bit of a better pilot. He's one of your characters, right? That you
Yes.
upgraded.
Yes.
He is your non-commissioned officer.
Gavel.
Is he skill 2?
He is skill 2, so it'll be
8. Still 8.
yeah.
Still
Yeah.
an 8. Because
Still an 8.
Still at extreme range. Yeah.
Oh, it's not a 9, so
It's not a 9. Oh,
so close, man.
So close. Okay.
All right, that's it. That's all I had.
That's it.
Yeah.
Zeus can't shoot.
No, he can't see anything.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I will fire back. I'm going to start with this Stormcrow. The Stormcrow E, firing across. I'm going to shoot at that warrior.
Okay.
Now, could you be so kind as to measure the range for me? I believe it's probably, I want to say 23.333 repeating. Dude, look at that. That's nuts.
You're like at 22?
That's 23.33, Dan. Alright, so it's extreme range. That's all I needed to know. 1 point of damage. This Ryokan Stormcrow is skill 2, 6. I need 10s. That is not a 10. Okay, the Vulture is going to fire at the Warhammer. We are at extreme range. However, I do 3 points of damage at extreme range. Eat that, Dan. So 2, 3, I need 7s. Alright, now here's the deal. We also sort of combine, this is a house rule, the multiple attacks with, so there's an optional rule for rolling basically 2d6 for every point of damage, or rolling 2d6 and dealing all or none. So what we do is we do this, it's called the pilot die, and then you add each point of damage die to it. So if I rolled that, it would be like a 2, a 6, a 6. I posted all the statistics on Discord. I got in a good conversation with somebody about math on that one.
Oh.
But it is good. It sits somewhere in between the raw, like just roll 2d6 and the multiple attacks, right?
Yeah.
In terms of how much damage you generate, but it's still one dice roll. We like it. If you hate it,
Don't do it.
don't do it.
Yeah,
That's
you do
right. You do you. I love it, Dan. All right, here we go. So I need 7s. Here we go. So I got 2 points of damage, all right?
Cool.
So again,
That's what I
that's
always
a
wanted.
5, that's an 8, that's a 9. All right, so 2 points of damage. So LRM sailing in from that Vulture into that Warhammer. That is a vicious blow. Deal with it. Unfortunately, you have so much more armor than me in Alpha Strike. Intersphere units have just gobs of armor. Okay, Vulture shot. The Adder. Oh boy. I'm going to try to go for the Warrior again. I want to see what I can do to it. So we decided that they are at 21 inches, correct? The Warrior shot the Adder at long?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to do 3 points of damage again. Skill 3. 3, 6, I need 10s. Oh god, those Warriors are so hard to hit. But if I land one, Dan,
Oh.
could be the end.
Could be.
Could be the end. Here we go. I land 0 points of damage. 0 points of damage. All right. Well, that's the end of turn 2. Yeah, we're all done. We're all done shooting. So here's how this works. How many objectives do you control? You control 2.
Yep.
I control 2. Right.
Yeah.
So we control the same number. That means nobody gets any points. I need to control more than you, or vice versa. Or we need both. One of us needs to control both of these center objectives for an additional point. So 0-0.
Yep.
No primary objective points, no secondary, guys. We're going into turn 3. Stay tuned. It's gonna turn into a meat grinder.
Yes, it is.
I love it. All right, here it comes. back, turn 3 on Alyina, mission 1 of this campaign, to retake this world from the clutches of Clan Jade Falcon, Donegal Guard, and elements from Winfield's regiment, not Winfield's brigade. They're no longer a brigade after the clan invasion. They get like decimated. I still call them Winfield's brigade from time to time. But for those lore buffs will tell me, Dan, that it is Winfield's regiment. All right, so I lost initiative. I'm gonna tell you what I did, and then I'll have to shoot first. So I'll tell you what I did, Dan. You can regale us with the tales of your glory, and then we will move into the shooting phase. So my Nova skittered around here in cover. That's a sprint move. He will not be shooting. The Adder using this delightful spire here to block line of sight, or at least get some cover from those 2 heavies on his right flank. Looking to put some fire in that central region. The Vulture backpedal a little bit. I'm going to keep him at range, hopefully rain some death down in on that Warhammer or Zeus. The Stormcrow delivered its nasty little payload there, so I got a squad of elementals right next to that J. Edgar, or Jedgar, as Dan likes to call him. The Ryukin, I'm not sure what I want to do there. The elementals over here holding the objective down. This Ice Ferret sweeping around to get line of sight on that VTOL. Dan, how does that make you feel?
I feel great.
Okay.
I feel wonderful.
This could be the turn where
usually is, isn't
you
it?
sound the retreat. It's only turn 3. All right, what do we got?
Well, I just moved all the mechs forward. They just stomping along.
That's what they do.
I brought the VTOL on the right over to... I'm not really sure what his objective is or what my goal is over there. I was going to try and contest it, but I was like, it's a lot of firepower coming from a Ice Ferret at short range, plus the infantry. I moved that gentleman forward, the J. Edgar.
Okay.
Moving forward, still within range to keep control. Move this over. I was kind of hoping you might stay in this area so I could get some shots on you with the VTOL. And then this J. Edgar that I had controlling over here, he just zipped across the battlefield, completely disregarding my orders, and took a position over here to try and get rear shots, thinking he was going to hide behind the mountain. But as we all know, that's just not going to work.
They're like, Johnson, no, don't do it. He's like, screw it, guys.
I don't know what my objective was there, but I was going a little aggressive.
I'm going to start.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, here's how this is going to work.
Okay. You're going to shoot.
Anytime a vehicle is hit, so these elementals are equipped with flamers.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Anytime a vehicle is hit with a flamethrower attack.
Yeah.
Under our new rules, they have to check for pilot damage under, so that's a thing that can happen. A crew can get cooked, Dan.
Yeah. That makes sense.
So the elementals just dismounted over there. The elementals on the my left side can't do anything, but these guys are going to try to take a shot at the J. Edgar. Their skill 3, 7, 8. I need 8s. What is their damage at? It's actually 2 at short range, Dan. So 2 points of damage at short range could get toasty. Let's see. Oh, that's 2 points of damage.
That's that, right?
Okay, it's 2 points.
So I gotta make piloting checks, right?
So what he's going to need to do, and we can check this later, but he needs to make. He has no guts, so on an 8+, that crew is going to take a point of damage. I'm sorry. Well, you needed to roll an 8+ to avoid damage. Is what I meant to say.
Gotcha.
So he takes a point of damage. So you can mark that off as it's under the critical hits gray box there. The little heart with the monitor in there.
Yeah.
So he is going to take 1 point of damage. That means his skill goes up from a 3 to a 4. That takes place at the end of the phase. So he'll still shoot this turn at skill 3. All right. Now the Ryukin is a Stormcrow, as some call it. He is going to fire at the. Can you measure range between him and the Zeus for me, please?
This guy?
Yeah.
That is...
They're out of medium, aren't they?
Yeah.
All right, I want to shoot the J. Edgar. Now, don't gag, but I do 6 points of damage.
I knew that already.
It's insane.
Yeah, I looked at your cards.
I do 6 points of damage from this thing. This is a Stormcrow E.
This is an even battle.
Listen, it was 313 PV to your 316. I did the math after.
I know.
Usually clans are at a substantial distance. You'll see, like once you hit me, they disintegrate. So hopefully you just don't hit me the whole game.
Well, I'm doing a really good job at that so far.
All right, so I'm gonna torso twist and fire.
Okay.
I'm just coming
Can
around.
you
to
even?
see...
Do you have? I mean,
Yeah, not enough cover there.
I would say he's got 50% cover.
50%.
Yeah, he's in there, like in there.
I know, but look at what
You only have one arm to shoot at. If
you
you're
can see the whole tank from here.
I mean, if you're twisting, that means the other arm's gonna hit the side of the rocks. It's just go for
He puts his arms up over his head.
it.
And leans sideways. Yeah, right, exactly. All right, so he's skill 2, 6, 7. I need 7s. All right.
Yeah.
Now, if I get all 7s,
Yeah.
that means cover would have mattered.
You got all 7s, buddy.
I got more than enough to kill him, I think. Anyway, even without the 7s, he's gonna take 6 points of damage.
And there's no 6 points of damage on his
How-
card.
What's he got?
2.
He's got 2 pips left.
Well, he's got 2 armor and 2 structure.
Okay, so
He's
then
dead.
yeah, he'd be dead anyway, even absent the cover.
Yeah.
All right, so he goes up in smoke. 1J Edgar destroyed. Dan, the reckless move. The infamous Sergeant Johnson making his charge
He
across
was
the
gonna get a
battlefield.
name. He was gonna get a name.
If
But
he survived.
Yeah, but he didn't. So.
But he didn't.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. So I'm going to fire the Ice Ferret into the Warrior.
Okay.
They're at medium range. So
Okay.
the Ice Ferret is going to have 3 pips of damage potentially here. 3, 7, 8, 9. I need 9s. Still need 9s to hit this stupid thing. I get nothing. Alright, so the Ice Ferret misses. Alright, so now I've got... I think we're going to do the Vulture into... The question is, can I see the... I cannot see the Warhammer through the back of the Stormcrow. So I'm going to shoot the Zeus. Can you measure range for me from the Zeus to the Vulture?
Still gonna be
Extreme? Yeah, they're
Yeah.
still extreme.
No, it's about 21, I would say.
Put at the front of the base of the Zeus. Is it over his base?
I would say it's just under. Yeah, it's
Extreme?
extreme.
Okay. So it's your call, because either way. Because
Extreme.
it's going to be long for you if you're shooting back. Extreme it is. All right. So I got 3 points of damage, guys. Here we go. 2, 3, 7s. Woo! 3 points of damage. Now, Dan, good news. You're going to have to make a piloting check.
Oh, that's good.
The Zeus could potentially fall down, which is mildly hilarious. But we'll remember that for now. We don't have to make it right this second. The adder is going to fire across at your... Oh, man. I think it's your Warhammer.
Okay.
I'm going to fire at that Warhammer. Actually, I'm going to shoot the Zeus again.
Why not?
Because I'm trying to see... Yeah, no, there's no cover. Alright, so Zeus it is. Zeus it is. 3 points of damage, I believe. Yeah, they're at long range. So 3 points of damage, but he's a little bit of a worse pilot. I think it turns out to be the same, right? 3, 4, yeah, 7s. Okay, here we go. Just 2 more. Alright, so 2 more points onto that Zeus. Now, I fired everything on this side. The Nova can't shoot. Jagger's destroyed. So far, so good. Now, I got 1 secondary objective point for the J. Edgar kill. The Zeus, let's not forget, he'll need to make a piloting check at the end of this turn. Otherwise, Dan, you're up, sir.
Alrighty. I guess we'll start from left to right.
That sounds like a good plan.
Yeah.
Oh, you're left.
Yeah, my left. My
That's-
left.
I
I
don't
want
like
to say the VTOL is definitely within
Yeah, long.
long range, so he's going to take a shot into the
The adder over there.
adder over there, which he's going to be hitting on a...
Sorry, this is actually TNM2 here.
Okay,
Not
so that's
TNM3.
6, 7, 8. He's going to be hitting on 8.
Yeah. Alright.
Don't know why it took me so long to do math on that one, but
Oh, it happens to the best of us. That's a hit.
that's a hit.
So
That's
the adder takes
1 damage.
a pip of damage here. Alright.
And then we're going to go with the Jaeger. J. Jaeger.
Jaeger bomb.
I want to say he is within... No, he's just outside of medium, so...
Okay. So he has no long range?
Nope, he has no long range, so he's not going to fire at.
Okay.
So we're going to fire. Oh, do they have medium? They have long.
They have long.
So we're going to do the Orion and the Thunderbolt are going to fire into the Nova Cat, right?
Stormcrow?
Stormcrow.
No, the Storm Cat.
The one over there. We'll start with the Orion, who's a 3.
The Mad Crow.
It's going to be 8s as well.
I feel like there was a random name generator involved in naming clan mechs.
Probably. So that's a hit.
Alright, so it was only 1 point at long range?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so Stormcrow takes 1. Alright.
And then the Thunderbolt. It's the same thing. It's going to be 8s as well.
Okay.
So close.
Okay. So close. Indeed.
And then, so that's going to be 1 into him. Because you brought him into play. Let's go with the other Jaeger. He's going to be firing. How many hit points is the
battle armor? They have 4 total. So 2 structure
and then 2
armor.
I won't even be able to. I won't be able to kill him this turn.
No. But remember, force withdrawal is a thing. Like if you can do 3 points, then we'll go into force withdrawal.
Can't do 3 points.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna fire into it anyway.
Okay.
Into the armor.
All right. Now they technically have a TMM of 0, but because they're battle armor, there's +1 to hit them.
So it'd be 3, 4.
Yeah, basically. 5 for short range.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yep.
Got it. All right, so 2 pips to that elemental battle armor down.
Let's do this. We're gonna fire the warrior into your ice ferret.
Right there?
Yeah. No, we're not. We're gonna fire it into
the battle armor?
The battle armor.
And then smart.
So it's gonna be 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? Was that? Did I check that right?
Yeah, I guess.
No, it's gonna be 7s.
Okay, not in medium.
Not
they look like medium to me.
You would think, right? But they're not.
Ooh, you got it, Dan. You got it. So that elemental battle armor is in forced withdrawal here. That is scary stuff when you're an elemental.
Yes.
It means like 4 of your bros are splattered all over the ground.
Now we're going to do a combining of the Warhammer and the Zeus are going to fire because you already have taken 1
on the Stormcrow.
On the Stormcrow, so
1 on the Stormcrow, 1 on the Adder, 3 on the Elementals.
We're going to open up with the Warhammer first.
Okay. They're all at long, yeah.
Yeah. So he is going to be 2, 5, 7s. 7s to hit.
Omega Galaxy under fire here.
Yeah, that's a hit.
All right, you
that's
got 2
hits.
pips. So that means the Ryothan is going to have to make Stormcrow, dare I say, is going to have to make a piloting check at the end of this phase as well.
Now, I'm just curious because this is kind of a different angle, but yeah, no, definitely.
Is that how triangles work, Dan?
still long. So the Zeus is going to be firing into the Stormcrow as well. He's going to be hitting on the same thing. What did I say, 7s?
You did. Are you sure he's not a better? Oh no, yeah, they're both better.
They're
pilots,
2, yeah. 1 hit.
But you still managed to snag 1.
Wait, I could use my...
You cannot. You have no rerolls.
Okay.
No rerolls. Not for this.
Okay.
There's no edge in this
I was
one.
thinking leadership.
Oh yeah, you can't leadership attack reroll.
Okay.
You can leadership to auto rally a unit and then to reroll. Actually, there's no reroll. You can do the initiative move, or you can give them special pilot abilities for a turn.
That's it.
That's it. That's it. It's done.
Yeah, that's all. That's everything.
All right, so let's recap here. So lots of damage across the Omega battle lines here. Elementals enforced withdrawal. A J. Edgar destroyed. The Zeus and the Stormcrow both need to make piloting checks. Now, the way piloting checks work, Dan, is they're unmodified. Like you can't modify them with like guts or tactics or anything. It's just based on your skill. So you're skill 2, I'm skill 2, and then we've taken just 3 points of damage, right? You didn't take 6, right? So for every 3 points of damage, it goes up
No,
by
I was
1.
just yeah.
So we basically need to make 3s.
Okay.
Somebody actually made a comment. They're like, "Oh, well, if you fall, like you're screwed." And I'm like, "Well, yeah, but it's really hard to fall." And that's I think in line with. Oh my god,
So close.
I almost almost ate my words there. Because there's no rerolls, right? There's no edge or anything like that. So if you fall, your dude takes a point. It could get ugly. You also take penalties for things like having motive criticals, like if you take or your TMM is affected by critical hits and things like that. So anyway, one thing we did forget to do, not that it matters, is when that J. Edgar got hit initially, we should have made a motive check on it, but it's dead, so it does not matter. Now to focus on the objectives, we each still control 2, so there's nothing in terms of that. However, I have 1 secondary objective point now because I killed the J. Edgar. Dan, are you ready for turn 4?
Sure.
All right, let's do it. All right, smoldering remains of the Jedgar. It's there. So one thing we forgot to do is make a morale check for this battle armor unit that took enough to trigger a morale check, right? The force withdrawal, whatever. So it failed.
Horribly.
And it's horribly failed.
Yeah,
And
I don't know how you roll a run with 2
the one remaining elemental trooper's like, guys, I'm getting out of here. So I could have spent a leadership point and had a morale, but I don't really care. I did win initiative, but regardless, since I'm already flapping my lips here, I'll tell you what I did. This Nova came around to face the warrior on this right flank. The Adder, the Vulture, and the Ryukin, aka Stormcrow, are all moving in to harry those 2 Donegal Guard command units. The Fenris just sort of pirouetted, has the warrior in its line of sight, and has some other opportunity targets, maybe the Zeus as well. This battle armor unit is still in good shape. They jumped up into the outcropping there, and they're going to just be contesting and controlling that objective over there on the side. So, Dan, what do you got going on?
Well, I just moved all the next forward. Trying to get into that medium to long range.
The medium.
I would like to get into medium range.
MEATYIUM. Medium.
This is a spelling bee. And then I moved the VTOL that was over here into the back lines. I was trying to get a back shot on the ice ferret. Ferret.
F-U-R-R-I-T.
But now, like
ferret.
a new opportunity came about, so I'll probably shoot it at the Stormcrow.
Cool.
Because that's in the back shot.
Oh shoot!
Yeah, too bad. You already took your finger off the piece.
I took that side. I didn't even think about it. Well,
and
that's
then
all right.
this VTOL I moved over. I was kind of hoping I would get the. This is a Nova Cat, right?
No, that's just a Nova.
Nova. What?
There's a Nova and a Nova Cat.
Whatever.
Then a Mad Cat and a Spirit Cat.
Whatever.
And a Wild Cat. No, I don't know.
There's a Supernova. I do know that.
There's a Supernova.
I do know
There
that.
is a Nova Cat. That's a mech.
Yes.
Also a clan. It's very confusing.
It is. There's so many. Why animals? So many animals, and they're all like cats.
There's so many cats. I hate cats. I'm very allergic. So anyway,
So I moved the VTOL over. I was kind of hoping to get him out of behind the stone here, but might just end up blowing it up.
Can't do it.
I know.
It's terrainify.
I was a little worried about DFA on my tank, so I drew that back. He's still within range to control.
Yep.
Move the Orion up, and then move the Thunderbolt up.
In this central region, it's anybody's game. And I think you and I squarely control the flanks, but this central medium here, this axis is problematic. So we're going to see what's going to happen. You have to shoot first.
Oh, I do.
Because you did lose. So.
Okay. All right. So we're going to start with the warriors.
Okay.
First warrior is going to be shooting into the rear of
the Stormcrow.
The Stormcrow.
So you're at medium. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is all you need.
Do I get any bonus for firing into rear arc?
You do an additional point of damage, so you can roll an extra die. You know, as you're doing 2 points of damage here, and we'll see if you land any 7s. I hope none. All right, so you get 1. So 1 point of damage on that Stormcrow. He only has 1 pip of armor left. Things could get ugly here.
Dicey.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we're gonna be firing the other where into
The Nova.
This Nova, which is gonna be
3 Nova Prime.
6.
So 3, 4, 5. So you're gonna need 7s.
7.
Yeah, listen.
Ridiculous.
I mean, and these are low skill pilots, Dan.
I know.
Someone said we play with 2 low skill.
He's too high up. That's the problem. He needs to come down a little more.
Come down a few inches.
All right, so that's done and over with. That was cool. We're gonna have some blood. We're gonna continue to shoot at the Stormcrow.
Okay.
Yes, that's what it is. That guy is gotta be with a medium, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna open up with the Warhammer on him.
Here we go.
That's 3 hits.
Oh god, and that's on the Stormcrow, huh?
Yes.
So the Stormcrow is in force withdrawal. Dan, you will have a critical hit opportunity here.
All right.
So 2d6. A 10. So let's look at the critical hit chart. A 10, Dan, is a fire control hit.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like it, Dan. All right, so he only has 1 pip remaining.
That's it. Just 1.
I told you, once you start hitting the clan mechs.
All right. Well, in that case. Yeah. Thunderbolt.
Okay, I see what you're doing there.
Into the Stormcrow.
All right.
Thunderbolt.
So you're going to do 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is he a long range?
Yeah. Yeah. So it'd be 6,
Okay.
7, 8. Yeah.
All right. Here we go.
Doesn't do
I
it.
love it.
Doesn't do
Stormcrow's
it.
ducking and weaving. Ducking and weaving.
That disappoints. Because that would mean you were just outside the range of the Orion. Yeah. You.
Oh, is the Orion not? Oh, right. It's an 0-1K. It doesn't have extreme range.
But the Orion can shoot.
Now, there's got to be some cover, right? You tell me. You tell me. Is
I don't
more?
know the,
Is 33% of the vulture covered?
More than that. It's definitely like it would be a skilled shot. So I would say
Okay.
definitely
It's like more than 66% covered? Because if more than 66% is covered, you can't make the shot.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you probably can't.
If you only see like the tippy top of his cockpit or something, you can't shoot him.
That's what I'm gonna go with. That you can't.
Okay.
So yeah, we're gonna fire into the Adder, which would be medium, with the Zeus.
Okay.
So that's gonna be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Ooh,
6.
He's got 4 damage. Yikes.
Yes.
Yikes, Dan. Yikes.
Give it to me. Yeah.
Okay.
That's everything.
So that is 4 points of damage.
Correct.
Yikes. So that adder also enforced withdrawal, and you make a 2d6 critical check.
A 10 again.
Another fire control hit. Fire control hits are the worst, dude. They're literally the worst. Now, both of those mechs, I'm going to mark them because they're both going to need piloting checks as well because they just took more than 3 points of damage this turn. All right. Are you done? You done?
Yeah.
I mean, did everything shoot? The Orion has no shots?
Yeah, the Orion can't shoot anything.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's it.
Okay. All right.
Should
We'll
have
be
sprung
right
in.
back then with the Clan Jade Falcon forces here. All right. So we're back with Jade Falcon here. I had to do a little bit of thinking about order of operations, angles of fire, some goofy stuff going on. I'm going to start with the Nova because I know what the Nova is going to do. Shooting at the warrior. 3. Guess I need 8s. I need 8s. I do 5 points of damage. Here we go. Not going to overheat.
You just got hit once.
Oh my god. Dan, I rolled this many dice. I got 5 1s. Have you ever seen anything so atrocious?
It's a good thing you didn't overheat.
That's a good thing I didn't overheat. Okay, so next up is the Stormcrow. Stormcrow is going to fire at the Zeus. The Stormcrow is overheating and will do 7 points of damage.
Wow. All right.
I'm going to have to borrow one of these.
You might kill the Zeus this turn.
I think I only need 5s. 2, 3, 4, 5. This could happen.
This could.
This could be a commander assassination.
Could be.
Right now.
Oh, yeah.
From my star commander.
What?
Alright, here we go.
Definitely not ideal for me.
Well, these things happen. Somehow I snagged every single point of damage. So 2, 4, 6, 7 points of damage, Dan.
Yep, that's gonna hurt. What did you need to hit on?
5s.
Okay. So he is down to 1.
Okay, so the good news is I have to make a critical hit. I got a 6, which is, I believe, a weapon hit. The other good news is, Dan, you take a... You're going to have to make a piloting check. It's going to be at -2 because you took so much damage.
Okay.
All right. My adder is going to... Let me think about this. My adder's going to try to finish the Zeus off. I'm just going to make it happen. Before I forget, I'm going to mark the point of heat on this guy there. Alright, so now we're rolling into the adder next. The adder is going to try to finish off the Zeus. The adder needs 6s. So 3, 4, 5, 6 for medium range. So 3 points of damage. If I get anything, I got him. Okay, so the Zeus is destroyed. The vulture is going to fire across at the Warhammer. So it's 2, 3, and then they're at long range, so I need 6s. Here we go. So 3 points of damage to the Warhammer. And then the Ice Ferret is going to try to hit this warrior. So we got 3. 7, 8. I need 9s. That's nuts. All right, I need 9s. I get nothing. So once again, the helicopters are invincible. All right, so that wraps up shooting for Clan Jade Falcon. So we've got a lot of things here to deal with from a piloting check perspective and a morale perspective. So the adder needs to check to see if it's going to fall down. Now, end of the phase. Basically, I need to roll a 4 or less. Okay, same thing for the Stormcrow. Great. Morale's a little bit tougher. So morale, I need 8s base. They have critical hits. They've each taken a critical hit. It's 9. If they would have taken an engine hit, it's an additional 1. But so they're at 9, and then it's modified by their guts. Both of these guys have guts 1, so they're back down to 8s. So we need 8s or less. So the adder's okay. The Stormcrow is running. All right. Dan, your Zeus is destroyed. Your Warhammer needs to check to make sure it doesn't fall down. That is just a 3 or better. All good there. Okay, so that's the end of the turn. Now, you still control objective 3 over there. You control objective 2 there. I control these. So nobody has any primary objective points. You have 3 of my units in forced withdrawal, but you haven't destroyed anything yet. So, turn 5 is coming up. This will probably be the decisive turn. So guys, stick around and we will be right back with that. It is turn 5, the turn of carnage and death. Dan and I licking our wounds. Dan was feeling not very optimistic after Zeus went down, but he has 2 of my mechs in forced withdrawal with fire control hits, a squad of elementals, or an elemental running off the board. and I don't know, we'll see. So it could be anybody's game. We're still each just desperately holding on to one objective, or rather two objectives, but I'm only count this one. That's the only important one, is this middle one. I'm looking at that Warhammer. We'll see what I can do. I spent my point of leadership to rally the Stormcrow. Also, I forgot to roll for these elementals. They failed. Again, they have to test to regroup, and they basically kept running. So I'll talk about what I did real quick. The Ice Ferret's like running circles around the objective, trying to kill this warrior, his arch nemesis. Elementals shuffled around a little bit. The Vulture moved into some hard cover here. We'll see. I don't know if it's going to make a difference against that Warhammer or not. The Adder, who managed to make his morale last turn, did move back, but is now being flanked by multiple harassing vehicles. But I want to try to get some shots on something before that thing pops. Same thing with the Stormcrow. And then the Nova playing Ring Around the Rosie, as Dan said, but now looking at a much juicier target in the form of the Orion, so we'll see what happens there. So, Dan, what'd you do?
I moved. I brought the VTOL on the left flank around to try and hopefully...
See that.
I was kind of, again, trying to hopefully get you to move.
Yeah.
So I stopped shooting you and actually hit you with a mech instead. Which you did. You came around. Moved the Orion closer to the target so I could take the J. Edgar and make him more of a threat to the Adder. I brought the Thunderbolt up the hill. I'm kind of hoping I don't have to divert to help take out the Nova, and I can start focusing him on the Vulture. The Warhammer, I've shifted to the left so he can still have control over this, but also give some cover, hopefully, from the Adder. And then the right VTOL, I brought up the, I don't even know what this canyon.
Whatever it is, whatever you want to
call this.
It's your imagination.
So he can get rear shot on the Stormcrow.
Yeah. So I was just thinking from the from the broader campaign management perspective, and I'm sort of, this turn will decide whether I retreat, whether you retreat, or whether I just go suicidal and just try to take as much stuff as I can with me. Typical Jade Falcon stuff.
We're going to start with the Warriors. The first one is going to be right flank, going to fire into the back of the Stormcrow. He's going to be hitting 3. You did move, right?
The Stormcrow did move, yeah. He gets his full TMM, which is 2. Sorry, I forgot to mark
so
that.
5s. I'd be hitting on 5s.
Yeah, and you get 2 points of damage, don't forget, because you are in the rear. Yeah.
So that's 2 points of damage.
So the mighty and proud Stormcrow pilot, who spent his life training, has just been killed by a dude in a helicopter.
Dude in a helicopter.
Shooting like an autocannon 2 at him.
Right? I mean, those are scary if you're
God. So, alright, so the Stormcrow goes up in smoke, Dan.
Alright,
that is a good trade.
We're going to fire the next VTOL into the rear of, or I'm sorry, would that be the rear? Would we call that the rear?
Is the line, like if you're behind the line on the back of this base, which it looks like you are.
Yes, yeah, it would be.
And you can draw a line into the back of the base, so you're in the rear arc.
So that would definitely be medium range. Yeah. So that's a, what's your TMM on that?
It is a 2.
5, 6, 7. So 7 to hit.
Okay.
Right. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah.
Oh god, so embarrassing.
That's 2 hits on the.
That's 2 mechs dead, Dan.
Ooh.
See, your mood changes.
Yeah. Like...
I mean, mine does too. Somebody left a comment. It was on a very old battle report, but somebody just recently was watching and left a comment, something like, "Oh, something about being salty." And I was like, "Bro, it's part of the game. Like, it's you
got ups and downs.
I mean, I want to flip this table at least 6 times a night, like at least."
All right, so now we're gonna start from left to right with the mechs.
Okay.
That kind of does, because the Jaeger is like completely pointless now.
Well, he has medium range, right?
Yeah, I don't think he has any sight. I don't think he's going to be able to hit the Vulture.
Yeah, that's true, but, good insurance policy. Oh, no, he can shoot him. Can he? Oh, no.
No, just
I
outside.
see what you got there, yeah.
Should have ran him. Oh, well. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Maybe you can see... No.
What, these little dudes?
No, I was going to say maybe you can see the Nova, but...
Oh yeah.
You can't. All right, so
He
starting
doesn't
with
attack.
the Orion. Orion is definitely within medium.
Oh boy.
Yeah, definitely within medium. And the Orion can overheat.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure he's going to take a beating this turn. So I'm going to overheat him. So that would be putting him at 4 damage.
Okay.
So it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7s. 7's a hit, right?
Yeah, that sounds about right. 3, 4, 5. Yep. God, I hope you missed everything. I wish you the worst of luck.
So 1
you
hit.
still got 1 though.
That's-
Even with my ill wishes, you still managed to hit. All right, so 1 point to that Nova.
That makes me sad on the inside.
Makes me feel excited. All right, so you got you've also built up a point of heat,
Yes. I got that.
which will mark. I got you.
Okay.
I got you covered. Dan.
You got me. All right, so then, I mean, obviously it's obvious. We're gonna have to use the Thunderbolt to fire into the Nova.
Oh damn, you can see him. Does he get any cover? Maybe some partial cover. What do you think? You tell me. It's up to you.
I mean, he does have a
33%.
height advantage.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's hard to know because there's so much fantastic terrain. on the
Yeah,
table.
I'm gonna go with he can see him clear as day.
Okay, I believe you.
Because it's even less than 50% of his.
Okay.
So, that's medium, for sure.
All right.
Yeah, definitely medium. So that's gonna be, he's gonna overheat as well.
Oh boy.
So that's gonna be 4 hits of damage again, and he's probably gonna be hitting on the same. 3,
If
4,
I
5,
survive,
6, 7, 7.
This heat could be the end of you then, but we'll see.
Oh my god. 2 hits.
2 hits.
No, you took 3 damage.
You did. Oh yeah. So
Pilot
let's make sure we mark that up. All right. So I'm gonna mark this adder 3 pips on these delightfully oversized Alpha Strike cards. Makes it very easy to mark damage, Dan. All right. Whatever. I'll leave that there as a reminder. Okay. So.
And then the Warhammer.
Oh, this jerk.
Yeah.
What's he up to?
I don't, because we're still probably not within medium, right?
I've been trying to stay out. Yeah, no.
Now we're still within long.
Yeah.
Which Warhammer is like trash. But he's still going to fire at him. And I'm going to go with, you got your leg is covered?
Oh, yeah, I don't think he has cover. I wasn't able to get over far enough.
So it's going to be 1, 2, 5, 7s to hit.
Darn you.
Yeah, I know. My 2 whopping damage. And that's 2 hits.
Oh boy. All right, Vulture. Immediately feeling the bite of the Warhammer's PPCs there. Okay, so are you done murdering me yet?
Yes.
All right, so check it out. Do I overheat for 4 just for fun and see if I kill your Orion? I don't think I can. It's got like...
No, you're not going to
It's got 14 pips or something, right?
It's got
So many.
8, 12, yeah, 14. Yeah.
All right, so the Nova is going to fire. Sorry, the Nova is going to fire at the Orion with just the standard 5 pips, 5 points of damage. We're at medium range, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need 6s. My TMN is a little higher than yours, which is why you needed 7s. So I need 6s. Nova's clean on the critical sheet for now. Ooh, I got it. So 5 points of damage. I like that. And that Orion will have to take a check. Now, this is where things get weird. I'm going to fire the Stormcrow into the Warhammer. The question is, Dan, am I within 12 inches? We are. That means I can overheat again. So we're going to do 7 points of damage. I have a fire control hit this time. Shocking. And a point of heat. So 2, 3, 4 for the fire control, 5 for the heat, 6, 7, 8. I need 8. Somehow I only need 8s. That can't be right.
That doesn't...
All right, so I think it's right. 2 skill, 2 for the fire control, that's 4, 5 for the heat, 6, 7 for range, and then 8 for your TMM. Yeah.
Right.
Listen, it's not my fault Warhammers are slow as crap. Come on, baby. This could be big, Dan. This could be big. This could be where I stop sulking and start celebrating.
Yep.
We should write a book, From Sulking to Celebration. The Tales of Wargamers. All right, ready? Here we go. Not a thing. My cockpit's clearly on fire. He's like, didn't hit a thing, Dan. Not a single thing. So this adder firing similarly at the Warhammer. Let me check range here. Am I within medium? I am not. So I'm actually going to hold off on the adder. I think. I'm tempted. Never mind. I'm gonna shoot the Warhammer. Let's not be crazy.
Okay.
Let's not be crazy.
All right.
So he can't overheat because I'm not at medium range. Oh no, I can. I have OVL. That's right. Love the adder. That's why the adder is one of my favorite mechs in Alpha Strike. So I'm gonna overheat long. 4 points of damage. I'm gonna need a 2, 3, 4, 5 for the fire control. 6, 7, 8. I need 8s again. God help me. God help me, Dan. Can I do 4 points of damage? What? What, Dan? What?
I thought you weren't in medium range.
I'm not. Did I say medium?
Yeah.
No.
No. So then...
Look, he's 3,
Did you overheat last turn?
4. No, not with him.
Okay.
I did not overheat with him.
Okay. Just
the other dude. So 3.
Okay. No, you're right then.
I'm right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you overheated with him. Sorry.
Ooh, doggy. All right, so that's, hang on now. That's 3 points of damage.
Critical hit.
But Dan, I rolled a 12. That's a through armor critical check.
Okay.
All right, so 3 points of damage. Does that go internal?
Yep.
So I get 2 critical checks, Dan.
Yep.
Okay, here we go. First critical check. 6, that's weapon hit.
Yep.
And then a 4, which is the fire control, maybe? Fire control. So fire control and a weapon hit. All sorts of things happening to this Warhammer. PPC knocked out. Arm actuators damaged. So all sorts of good stuff there. Now, all of his weapon values go down by 1.
Yep.
So from, 3-3-2-1 to basically 2-2-1-0. And then he has that fire control hit. That was the Adder's last gasp. It was a good one, because he is now dead, as he was killed by a helicopter. Inglorious clan fashion.
That's 2 that were killed by a helicopter.
I know, it's embarrassing. This is like your MVP unit. Freaking warrior helicopters. It's awful. All right, so the Warhammer's in rough shape. Now, he's taken 3 points of damage, so he would have to take a piloting test as well. Mm-hmm. I'll just throw a little thing on there so we don't forget. Now the Vulture's going to shoot the Warhammer. It's 4 points of damage. I can't overheat. I'm going to need a 2, 3. I need 6s. Here we go. Oh my god, Dan. 1 point of damage.
That's in structure too.
But it is a critical hit, yes. So, here we go. A 9, that's nothing. Oh, Vulture, how you let me down. Alright, so the last unit I have to shoot here, Dan, is my Ice Ferret.
Yeah.
He's got to go for the Warhammer.
Okay.
Got to do it.
Sure.
You're like, yeah, screw you. So it's 2 points of damage. They're at long range. If you want, do you want to check it? Make sure they're not at extreme.
I doubt they are, but
I mean, you never know. Could be 22 and a half.
no, you're just within.
All right, just within. Okay, very good. So it's 2 points of damage. So he's a skill 3, 6. I need 7s. Here we go. Come on, give me something. That's 1. One more pip. It's another critical. Dan, can I get a 2 or a 12? Actually, I want a 12. 2, you have case. I don't even know. 7. That's a motive hit. I don't like it. All right. That's it. I'm done shooting.
Alrighty.
Now, it's the end of the phase, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here's what happens. My Adder's dead. My Stormcrow's dead. Vulture took only 2 points of damage, so he doesn't need to check anything. The Nova took 3. So I need to make a piloting check there. He's skill 3, so I need to make a 4 or less. Pretty easy stuff. Oh my god. I need to stop saying that. Okay. Now, your Warhammer, he's not in forced withdrawal yet, is he? Is he under half structure?
He's at half structure.
Okay, so he is, it's complicated. So, let's roll for his falling down stuff first. He took how many pips this turn. He took 1, 2, he only took 5.
So he'd be
So he
wrong.
basically needs a 3, yeah. Okay, so he's all good. Now, in terms of force withdrawal, he is in force withdrawal. If he has 50% remaining rounded up, that's when he's in force withdrawal.
Okay.
Now, he's taken multiple critical hits. However, only one of them is, it's not an engine hit, right? So it's like, do you have a critical hit? Yes, it's -1. Do you have an engine hit? Okay, it's another -1. So he's basically needs to make a 9. What's his guts?
His guts is 1.
Okay, so he needs to make an 8 or better. Oh my god, this guy. He is just an iron curtain back there. However, he is in forced withdrawal, which means he's not holding that objective. Because you cannot contest when you are crippled. Now, that means you hold 1, I hold 2, so I get 1 primary objective point. However, you've killed 2 of my units. I'll roll for these dudes. They make it. Look at that. They rally. I don't know, Dan. I've only got, what do I have? I have 3 units left. I have 3 mechs left. 1 battle armor. You've got 2 mechs. 1 crippled. And 3 vehicles. You have a substantial numbers advantage at the moment. Alright, well, we're going to go into turn 6. We'll see what happens. Dan doesn't look pleased about his Warhammer, but I still think it's anybody's game. That Thunderbolt is a monster. And it's untouched coming in on my right flank. It could really put some heat on that vulture. So we'll see, guys. Turn 6 is coming right up. Alright, it is turn 6 on Alyina. Clan Jade Falcon getting encircled here in their own backfield. The speed of those Donegal Guard freaking VTOLs, Dan. Dan was just mentioning MechWarrior 5 and VTOLs and how they just like disintegrate when you look at them funny.
Yeah.
But in the Alpha Strike game, Dan, they're
like,
actually a force to be reckoned with.
I might as well just bring VTOLs. Why even bring mechs?
Why even bring mechs?
Yeah.
It's just a game of VTOL combat, Battletech.
I just
VTOL tech.
sworn 1 by 1.
That's true. That's true. They're very good. Well, remember, VTOLs cannot contest. I'm sorry, they can't control. They can only contest.
If everybody's dead, there's nothing to contest.
It's true. If everybody's dead.
Yeah.
I mean, Dan's feeling good because his VTOLs are getting all the kills here, but
Apparently, they're the only ones.
I don't know. But here's what I got going on. So the Vulture basically backed up. He's going to deal with these threats here. The Fenris coming around. I'm going to see if I can do enough damage back here early, I will re-engage. But I am preparing for a potential withdrawal. Thinking about the later campaign here. The reality is, like, I am down 2 mechs, which is bad, for the formation. If I lose the Nova or I lose the Fenris, like, this formation's going to be basically off the table for the rest of the campaign. So I got to think about that. The Nova is not in a great spot. I mean, I can't go toe-to-toe with that Orion. Thing still has like 9 pips or something between armor and structure, which is insane. And I have, like 5 armor and structure because I'm a clan mech. All right. So anyway, what about you? Like, what are you thinking here?
My objective was I wasn't feeling too confident with the Orion going toe-to-toe with the Nova, so I didn't want to close that gap.
Yeah.
So I pulled him back a little bit. He's still in control of the objective. I moved the Thunderbolt up so he can get high arcs onto the Vulture because I wanted to get shots down on him if needed. Otherwise, it was kind of going to be, if he hadn't pulled back the Nova, he was going to kind of cover both aspects. Warhammer needed to fall back, but I wanted to keep him still near the objective. I know he can't control it, but And then I moved...
Just to prevent me from going anywhere near it. It's my toy. It's my sandbox. You can't be in
Well, I wanted to still stay in threat to the vulture,
makes sense.
but not be able to be seen by the ice.
Yeah, no, it was a good spot for it.
So, and then I drew I flew both of the VTOLs into the back line to get back arcs on the vulture. Unfortunately, you didn't move him.
There's Jedgar.
And then I moved the Jagger to get closer so he can just do his thing, whatever that is.
I mean, it's be a harassing little turd.
Basically, yeah.
All right, so I think I lost initiative, so I start shooting here. I sprinted my Nova. He is not going to shoot. The Vulture is actually going to unload on the J. Edgar. So we are at medium range, Dan, just outside of 3 inches. And I am going to deal 4 points of damage here. So I've got skill 2.
Here's 6s.
Yeah, here, so 6. I need 8s actually with my skill.
Okay.
Right, because you're a TMM 4.
Yeah.
2, 6, 8. Yeah, I need 8s. 2 points of damage. Now, the delicious thing about vehicles is that every time you hit them, Dan, there is a chance for a motive critical. Now, we have this handy-dandy Alpha Strike reference sheet. This one's new and improved for this flavor of Alpha Strike. But basically, this is the rules as written in the Alpha Strike book. I roll 2d6 on basically with a hover vehicle. There's a +1 mod to my roll. I'm looking for 9s or better modified. And I got Snake Eyes.
Yeah.
So basically, I do not damage any of the delicate air skirts on this J. Edgar, as some call it. Others call it a Jedgar. All right, that's that. Now, Fenris, firing at your stupid helicopter. So they're at long range. I do, what does this thing do? 2 points of damage at long range. So he is a skill 3, 7, I need 10s. Come on. Yes.
There you
got
go.
One, Dan.
Got one.
You got one.
You got
All right, now
you hit it.
I still get now this thing. God, please put a bullet in the rotor of this thing. All right, now VTOLs, it's +2 to my roll, so I need a 7 here to get some sort of motive hit on it. Come on. It is not the Knight of the Falcon.
You hit it though.
It's not. I hit it.
Yeah.
I hit it. That's a moral victory.
It is.
Does it have one structure? Is it one armor, one structure?
One armor, one structure.
Oh, so it's in force withdrawal now.
Correct.
Yeah.
Slowly.
So it's like, guys, we're getting out of here.
Yeah.
A little trail of smoke.
Yeah.
That VTOL really did a good job this game, though. Both the VTOLs did. I think he did a good job moving them. But it's not over yet, Dan.
No.
Okay?
No, it's not.
Just my shooting's over.
Yes, that's it.
Hang on, though.
Okay,
Actually, wait a minute. This guy can shoot. They have SRMs.
I thought you sprinted them.
Oh, you're right. I did sprint them. I just didn't mark them. Good call. Dan.
Sorry, buddy.
Well, let's see what else I can do, Dan. No, that's no way. That's 12 inches.
You know, I can measure things for you.
That's all right. I don't want you to measure. I don't want to put you out.
Oh, okay.
That's all I can do. I mean, I'm
Okay.
done. There's nothing going on. All right.
All right.
Team Blue is up over here.
Well, the Orion isn't shooting anything, so I'm going to remove his 1 point of heat.
Okay.
That he does have. So we're going to start from left to right. We're going to go with the VTOL there. He's going to fire into the Vulture, which I believe...
Looks like 12.
Yeah, that's it. 12. Okay. So that's going to be 1. And it's going to be a...
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7's to hit.
7 by my number.
7 to hit. And I'm going to overheat that.
You can. That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
So that's a hit.
So 1 point of damage to the Vulture, Dan.
Yes. And then we're going to go with the other VTOL.
LRM streaming in from the sky.
Which I believe... Is that within... No, that's definitely not within.
No, still medium, so you're still
Yeah,
7s.
Still 7s. Rear
Also,
arc.
Not rear arc.
No, you don't think so? With this guy into that?
Okay, yeah, no, it is. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's definitely in the rear arc. I should have angled him with his butt to the rock. I don't know what I was thinking. I was a
So that's 2 hits.
Oh, no. Okay.
We into... Oh, my gosh.
Not into structure yet. Not into the meaty, delicious Tootsie Roll Center.
So we're going to fire with the J. Edgar now. He's going to get his retaliation since you said he's already at medium. He's going to be same thing, right? 7, 3,
Yeah, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7, right.
Now he does 2 points.
He does do 2 points, yes.
Okay. To put the vulture in force withdrawal.
Yes, so that's 2 more hits.
I cannot believe that. The Star Colonel. It's actually a Star Captain, I think.
And that's going to be a critical hit too, right?
It's going to be a critical hit. Shoot. Shoot, 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 shoot.
Oh, so close.
11's an engine hit, you jerk. What do you mean so close?
I mean, to a 12, that would have been...
I hate everything about this game. Who said Alpha Strike was great? That was me. I only say that when I'm winning. Wow. All right, so the J. Edgar unleashes the 3 vehicles, put this vulture in a world of hurt. Engine blaring, belching smoke out the butt. This thing is not in great shape. Don't you dare.
that'd be a long range shot. So that's
Long range shot.
So that's going to be... It's got 1.
1.
1.
All I have is 1 structure left then.
So that's going to be 3... What's your... I'm sorry, man. Your TMM.
It's 2.
So that's, that'd be...
6,
7,
7,
8. 8. That'd be 8 to hit. 9, because he's overheated.
9 because he's overheating.
Should I just let it go?
No.
Yeah.
Oh my
You're
god.
Right. You're right.
It's game changing.
You're absolutely right.
It's
I mean, does the
game-changing.
Warhammer have missiles?
No.
Okay.
Not LRMs.
Alright. So close! I was robbed! Oh. That's
it.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
it is the end of turn 6. You control 1 objective. I control 1 objective.
Well, are you still...
Oh, wait a minute. You control 2.
Yeah.
You're right, because I am in forced withdrawal.
But does that count this turn, the end of this turn? Or
It does, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, the forced withdrawal does.
Okay.
The critical hits don't take effect until the next turn or whatever.
Okay.
But those effects take effect, like right now. I can roll, see if the vulture runs away. Sorry, I just rolled off camera there, but the one was for the standing up, which was fine, and it also doesn't run away. So it maintains. It's still got a withdrawal though. Jeez. All right. So Dan, you actually the J. Edgar, the hero, his buddy, not so much.
Yeah, no.
Sergeant Johnson.
This is why you have to be disciplined and stay in formation.
That's why.
This is
Sergeant
what happens,
Johnson,
man.
learn your lesson. So you control now 2 objectives. I only control 1. That means you get a primary objective point. This is bad news. I do think that I will have to withdraw from the field, but let me think about it.
Okay.
And we'll be right back. Alright, here we are, battlefield on Alyina. This canyon pass here, just overrun by the forces of the Donegal Guards and the vehicles here, the J. Edgars of the Winfield's regiment. We did go into movement for turn 7, and I did declare my retreat. Dan was just going to let it happen anyway, because 1 warrior was in withdrawal, but did rally. Basically I mounted the battle armor and fled on the Fenris there. So everything is moving off. I'm being able to sort of retreat with the Nova, the Ice Ferret, the Vulture, and both the Elementals. Dan declaring a pretty substantial victory here and getting 2 clan mechs, that he'll be able to salvage for parts. So that is pretty good stuff. Now, this is just mission 1 in the campaign. Now that the attacker has the momentum, Dan moves on to the next track. He gets to pick the mission, so we'll see what happens next. So guys, stick around for the after action report. This first mission, all wrapped up. anyways, there we have it. That was good.
Yeah,
So
I just want to say at the very beginning I called it. And that was not like we pre-set this up. Yeah, I just...
So, listen, there's an ongoing thing that the Inner Sphere always win. And everyone's like, well, you know, it's not always like that. Listen, I played as hard as I could, and I hurt you early.
Yeah.
Really hard. But the problem is, the clan units, anything with like lots of XL engines, they just don't have that sustainability that the Inner Sphere units have. And, you know, again, like we played 20 force value. So the whole campaign is 60 force value if you look at the rule packet. So this mission was actually, I think, 17 modified. You know, the base is 20 and then it's modified based on the mission, the escalation. So we played 17 force value. And when we ran the numbers after the fact, it was, again, like 313, 316 PV, respectively. And that's modified by skill and everything like that. So, like, very close point-wise.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think you did a very good job tactically of not getting, like, too rattled. The only thing I think, you know, we talked about, like, having all of those mechs on the far... I bet you would have mopped me even faster.
Had I not.
Had you not had, like, two of your heavies on against the Nova. But honestly, like... You didn't know what was going on. I could have moved the adder over there if I wanted, right?
Yeah.
Like I had some mobility advantage, so I think it was smart. I tried to use the elementals to, you know, to get into the fight, but also the, you know, the one to hold the objective down in the back. I don't know. Like I really don't know like what else I could have done aside from not pull back in turn 6 or turn 7 and instead press the assault.
Now my thing is with elementals, are you able to, let's say you're running across the battlefield, right?
Yeah.
You got your point, you run halfway through. Can you drop them halfway through and then keep on running? Or is it wherever you stop is where you drop
I think it's wherever you stop. Now there are rules for zip line deployment, but I think that only applies to infantry coming out of like VTOLs and stuff.
Okay.
But then they can like splatter. It's very fun. We do use that optional rule if people want to.
Because then that kind of makes it. I would see it as put it on a fast one, run across the battlefield.
Right.
They should be able to in the path. You know what I mean? Like, but it just
They're very, very hard to use in this game.
My only other recommendation I would have said was maybe ran into the forested area, drop the elementals in there, because that gives them a little bit of a more advantage. Because
like stealth around and
basically
like, burn things with their flamers.
And then you're gonna close well, especially on this map, you would have been able to close that gap on certain mechs. They would have.
You mean like at the center?
Yeah, either that or they would have to move away in preparation for your.
Yeah.
You know, kind of like what we did with the left-hand flank with your Nova and the Orion. You kind of skirted around that one rock the whole time.
Right.
Not the whole time, but...
No, the whole time.
But it took up 2 mechs and a VTOL and a J Egger. Yeah. So, you know, that maybe might have been the only thing I would have probably done different. I don't know, man. It's just... They seem...
Some of it was the luck of the dice too, like that one where I rolled like 5 1s on 6 dice or whatever. Like that killed me.
I think infantry would be great on like city maps. So you drop them around corners, you drop them on objectives or around objectives,
and you can even play the rules where they can occupy buildings. Which, like, if I was, you know, I think if we were going to do that, you would look into something along those lines, right? In these scenarios, like. They're too slow. There's too much open ground for them to really make their points back. But here's the thing: like in sort of the strike ops rule set, like they're definitely like cheaper by volume. But they're still like so lackluster.
You did quite a number on that J Egger with them, and I mean they didn't die. So
no, they didn't die.
They took a pounding and they didn't take it. They didn't die. So I mean, there is pound for pound, they kind of did take their weight.
Alive.
Yeah. I mean, there's only one left.
But you know, it is what it is. I'll just repair them.
Yeah,
glue the dead dudes back together.
Isn't that how it works?
I don't know. It's going to be interesting. So the next mission, I think because Tom's coming, and I think I get to play the Donegal Guard.
Okay.
And we watch him. We watch Tom get very upset, as he does time and time again, because the clan mechs don't have enough structure. We actually talked about house ruling something with XL engines. It would be a pretty heavy lift, but basically I wanted to restore the structure value so that they had their full structure, but implement some other way that they were penalized. Like, you know, maybe the 5 and 9 on the critical hit chart went to engine, you know, so it's more likely to get the engine critical. Maybe they don't, you know, like mechs have, basically you can take 2 engine criticals before they die. Maybe XL, you know, you only take 1. You know, but
my only thing to that is
it's
the
just
amount of firepower one clan mech has.
so much firepower.
Even like long and medium, I think it'd be too much. You're making them basically inner sphere mechs with an insane amount of firepower.
Right, they would have a ton of survivability. Yeah, it's
You'd
true.
basically be turning the tide. The idea, from my perspective, the idea with clan mechs is not to hold objectives. Is long and extreme range, and basically push people off by just unleashing torrents of firepower on them.
I'm going to ask the viewers right now. I need clan vehicles. All right. Now this force, if you saw in the opening animation, does have a Sabutai heavy Omni fighter in it, which is very cool. But I need ground vehicles. Like my clan wolf force has like the Chevaliers or whatever the hell they're called. I think they're like little wheeled tanks, and they're cheap and they're easy. But I need things like that.
I did see on Ares, he did have clan.
They all cost a fortune.
Yeah,
they all cost their PVs and BV values are through the roof.
Yeah,
you know, like because like a clan idea is like take a smart car and mount 16 PPCs on it. They're like, guys, check this out. This is a light tank. I mean, it costs a fortune. But speaking of which, Ares Games and Minis, great call out, guys. If you have not checked out Ares Games and Minis, I get questions all the time. It's like, where do I get Battletech stuff? Ares Games and Minis is the best place to do that. Books, dice, all the new minis, all the old minis.
Transfers. I was looking for transfers.
The decals. Yeah, transfers. It's a good choice. It's a good choice.
Yeah.
Also, Army Painter.
Yes.
Dan and I recently did a review on speed paints.
Yes.
And I will tell you that I just painted what?
So I found I did a little research and I did a little experimenting. So with the reactivation on it, it's a big thing. A lot of people are complaining about it.
I've heard this.
It's back and forth. There's a lot on the other side, so it's not that bad. So the problem is the water reactivates it. So if you dry brush it, you're fine. But if you actually dip your brush in water and then start painting again, or use wet paints, it'll reactivate. But if you use dry paints, it won't. So don't dip your brush in water, and it won't reactivate.
Because I will tell you, I just painted a Jade Falcon lance, a star, excuse me, to supplement this force, and I didn't have any issues. Okay. I did the Dark Angels green, whatever the heck it's called, Absolution green is the base. Yeah. And I used a Army Painter color, Necromancer gray, as some panels, and I did like the Army Painter silver. I had no issues. So I don't know. Now we'll see. We'll see. It does seem to be hit or miss.
I used the varnish from Vallejo, and like everything
never mix Army Painter and Vallejo down.
No, apparently
that's
not.
Like not a thing.
No, that ruined. I mean, like ruined.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll do a follow up on that. Let us know if you guys are interested. Maybe I'll show you the Jade Falcon things that I painted, and we can talk about the whole reactivation thing. I'm also going to do Goliath Scorpion as well. But Ares Games and Minis. Yes. Number 1.
Yes.
Number 2, guys, Terrainify. All right, I showed off the terrain here. This is a bunch of stuff I just recently bought, and I absolutely love it. Don't forget, you can get 25% off with the code DEATH25 at Terrainify store. I promise you will not be disappointed. And if you just want to paint it yourself, like it's super cheap, they'll print it for you. You can even buy the STLs, and print them. So, and that's even cheaper if you have your own 3D printer. So very cool stuff. And then lastly, guys, don't forget, check out our new album, 32nd Century. That's on all the major streaming platforms. It's also up on YouTube. You can give it a listen while you game. And then, of course, Patreon if you want to help out the channel more. Or you can give us a super thanks, which is the super new way to help out the channel if you're not interested on the Patreon side. And if you want to check out the Alpha Strike card builder, that is free on our website, along with the downloads for these rules, which should be up soon.
Which is extremely useful.
Super
Not
cool.
gonna, yeah,
Not gonna lie.
the card builder is
You like
insane.
that.
Yeah,
I like the
simplifies.
supersized cards.
Yeah.
I mean, but you can print them small too. But I do like the supersized cards. I don't know why.
I mean, besides that, it's just it makes calculating and keeping everything organized so much easier.
Yeah. Well, thanks.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Dan.
Yeah.
All right, well, guys, that's all we got. We hope you enjoyed Mission 1. Keep your eyes out for Mission 2. It's coming real soon. And, of course, stay tuned. Always great stuff coming from Death from Above Wargaming. Have a good night.